Hi, I'm Stephen and I'm here to tell you about a game development project that I'm working on. First, just a little bit of background. I started making games or game mods back in the early 2000s, particularly on a game called Red Faction. I made like lots of deathmatch levels, and I even made a whole like single player campaign where I made all the enemies and the weapon models and all that kind of stuff. In 2007 I got married and I stopped doing so much game development stuff, but I primarily focused on learning Blender, and I made a short film called Mighty Midge that's on my channel here if you want to check it out. Over the years I did some other short films, like I made one about Star Wars, I made a Ninja Turtles one, and then my last one that I made was based on the Good Samaritan from the Bible. While making movies and short films, I did dip my toe back into game dev every now and again. I remember years ago getting a book called Learn to Code in Unity in 24 hours. It did not work for me at all. I didn't really grasp the concepts at all. So then I looked for kind of no code based game engines, so I came across Construct 2 at the time, and I made a few little projects with that. And then just before the pandemic I picked up Unreal, and I did a course, and I made a game. I made a game. It was like 2 or 3 levels that you're seeing in the video just now. I made all the assets for that game. Obviously it's using the Unreal default mannequin character as the player, but I did intend to make a player character eventually, but I never got around to it. This game's like a kind of a top-down puzzle game, as you can see, where you have to avoid traps and all that kind of stuff. While life was happening and all this kind of stuff, I was also helping my brother-in-law Adam with some game jams over the years. Not really sure which ones, I really can't remember. I think they were probably Unreal based ones, and I would make models and assets for him and he would do all the coding and we'd come up with ideas together. You can see some of his projects on itch.io under the username QuadCorps. In 2024 I decided I really wanted to learn how to code. I was 42 years old at the time and decided, no, this is it, I've got to do it now or I'll never do it. Or maybe 43, actually, I can't remember. Anyway, so I picked Godot because there was loads of tutorials out there. I knew it was free, which is great, and it's very lightweight. I'm running a laptop, so I just felt like I didn't want to run Unreal because it's a huge resource hog, and I had been kind of burned by Unity in the past. And then the whole pricing thing happened with Unity, and I was so glad I hadn't bothered with that. I'm not dissing those other engines. That's just how I ended up going with Godot. And you know, I might try other engines in the future, but now I'm just really focusing on getting good at Godot and being able to code and put a project together without the project falling apart. In January or February in 2025, I decided that I would remake a little project that Adam and I had put together in the past. It was just so that I had something to kind of focus on, and yeah, it was basically like, it's just a really daft game where you bash or wallop cyclists with a big codfish. And I thought it'd be a good project just to kind of learn some coding and like how to finish a project. It was originally just kind of meant to be a mini project. It'd be all Windows, or you know, it'd be for your PC on Steam or whatever. But then it just kind of when you see it, it is literally just a mobile game. So it's a little bit heavy on the old resources. I don't really know why. I'm not really good at optimization, but it does work. I've tried it out on my son's phones. One of them, it does work, but it's a little bit stuttery in places, like the frame rate drops a little bit. Again, that's just down to me, probably the weird way that I spawn in assets or something that just, yeah, it's not the best. And another of my son's, his phone, it doesn't even work, so it doesn't even like install. So anyway, these are things that I'll need to look into in the future. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll make another video very soon, give you a wee update on where I'm at. Thanks very much. Oh, and like and subscribe if you would like to. Thank you.